Hello and welcome to all you Pisceans. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for Pisces in general, so not tailor-made. You are the captain of your ship, so take what resonates because this is a general horoscope for Pisces for July of 2020. There's quite a lot happening. Again, a very eventful month, but I think for the Pisceans in general, not that important as for cardinal signs. So there was a bit of emphasis for you last month, but now it's more the cardinal signs that have the emphasis. But let's have a look. So we're having an eclipse, we're having Mercury going direct, we're having Mars in Aries, a new sign. We're having Venus squaring Neptune, and we're also having Saturn re-entering Capricorn. So let's start with the eclipse. So this is on the 5th of July. We're gonna have an eclipse, so it will be a lunar eclipse, and the moon will be in Capricorn, around at about 13 degrees of Capricorn. Now that is sextiling your energy. So very important to know, because this eclipse is from the Saros family for North, and it's about blockages and illusion. So it's quite a harsh eclipse, but as it sextiles your energy, so it actually trines, the sun trines your sign, and the moon sextiles your sign. So for you, it is easier, so to speak. And this is the last eclipse in Capricorn, and it's not new. And I've been talking about this for quite a while, and for you in particular, the Capricorn eclipse is falling in your 11th house of wishes, of friends, of aspirations for the future, and it's like a last call, so to speak. So and the last call, I mean, this eclipse is a lot about control and of letting go of what you cannot control, what is out of your hands. And for you, this has to do with either a friendship or goals and aspirations for the future. So again, this is some sort of a last wake-up call of, look, if that is a friend that you wanted in or out of your life, or you try to control that person, or you were very attached to them, this eclipse is really telling you, let go and let God. It's better for you. It's like rejection is God's protection. And especially also Saturn being back there into the house of friends, into the house of aspirations, and also if you have your own business, into the financial house of gains. And so this really shows that being too attached to a goal that is no longer working for you, or maybe a goal who is no longer working for you. I'll give you a stupid example, like you want to be a dancer and you're 45. I mean, you want to be a ballerina and you're 45. Let go of that goal. That's the energy there. So again, the 11th house is not a key area of your life, but it can be quite draining your energy when you are too forceful. And the sun, of course, is in your 5th house, the house of the heart chakra, and there are happening good things there. The Mercury goes direct on the 13th of July, so where it's been backwards and forwards in that 5th house of yours. So anything that the matters of the heart should become clearer for you on the 13th and onwards. So that has to do with hobbies, that has to do with projects, that has to do with how you enjoy yourself, it has to do with love, and has to do with children. All of these areas, if they have been a bit difficult, or there were some adjustments that you needed to make, now things go forwards. So that is good news, because with Mercury in your 5th house, maybe you're gonna pick up that old hobby of reading again, or writing, or and it gives you in some sort of way some emotional support. Now when it comes to lovers and children, there might be a child of yours that went through some sort of a transformation, that went through some sort of a change there, and now think you're so you both had to adopt, and but the conversation is going forwards again after the 13th. And if it's about love, Could have been that old love came back, or it could have been that your attitude towards love, it's definitely mentally on another level. It has changed because of this Mercury retrograde. I've seen it often when Mercury goes retrograde. It's not always a specific relationship. Sometimes it is your attitude towards towards love that has changed for the better. So that it gives you more support. And when you are in a relationship, it can really mean that it improves on the level of communication. It improves on the level of emotional understanding towards each other. And that's really, really nice. What else? Now, Mars in Aries for a long time. So Mars stays in the same sign like for 6 weeks normally, but now it goes backwards and forwards, retrograde, from the 1st of July up until the end of the year. It will be in Aries, and that's your second house. This is interesting, particularly for those Pisceans who think that their self-worth is not okay, that their finances is not okay. This is good news, because although that Mars is in its own sign, that means it wants to do a lot, and it will do a lot, but it's going to bump into some planets that are going to be a bit restrictive. Not now, it's going to happen next month, and also when it's retrograding in September. So, but the thing is, dear Pisceans, if you want to improve your financial situation, if you want to improve your self-worth, your assets, your there is certainly a possibility, but it's going to take a longer time. It's not going to be done in a week or so. It's going to take up until the end of the year, basically, up until at least the midst of November, because then Mars will go back forwards again, direct again. So whatever you start in July to improve your financial situation will have the first results of going forwards, and the first conclusion, so to speak, around the midst of November. So that's quite a long time, but it is needed. It is needed. So yes, you might start something new. Hustling for the money is really Mars in the second house. So you could be doing that. But again, I don't want you to get disappointed when things are not going as fast as you want them to go, because it will take time. It will be a bit of pushing and pulling here in that second house. But one thing is for sure, once we reach the end of the year, you will be changed when it comes to your financial situation and or your self-worth. So when your self-worth have been low because of a certain situation, because things that are restricted in your life, because you can't do anything, not anything, but you can't, for instance, not do anymore what you used to do because of a certain restriction, or because of what's happening in the world. You know, the income is lower than normal, and you need to find new ways. All of that will come true and will work out, but it will demand some patience on your behalf. So, and I think Pisceans in general, unless you have a moon in Aries or something, but Pisceans are quite patient. And now it's patience with yourself. And what it all boils down to is that when it comes to your self-worth, which is such a, not only for Pisceans, but for many people, a difficult thing, to love oneself and it's easy to love great parts of us, but it's not that easy to love the parts of us that we don't love ourselves, and we have to be gentle with that. But funny enough, it's by being active yourself. So a lot is in your hands when it comes to earning money, when it comes to self-worth. It's about focusing on you and focusing on being active and taking actions. And you will, because of that Mars there. So that is good news, although it will take a bit of time, but I'll talk every month about Mars in your second house as an old record player, because it's going to be there for so long. And then last but not least, Venus squaring up to Neptune for the third time. Neptune has to do with Pisces. It is associated with the energy of Pisces. So it's quite important because Neptune is, of course, in your sign. And it has been doing that already 2 times. Now for the last time at the end of the month, it's like the last week and a half from July, you go and feel it the most, that Venus squares up for the last time, bumps up to Neptune. So from your 4th house and 1st house. So again, this is about illusions. It's about wanting to see just what you want to see, or seeing what you want to see. And this is about yourself. So my advice is, especially the end of that week, the last week of July, make sure that you don't fool yourself, basically. I mean, it's already difficult for other people to see who you are and what you're about and to understand you with Neptune there in your 1st house. But now it's going to be tricky, especially when it comes to love. Try to be as honest as you can be. That's the only thing that you can do. But still, there is this vagueness of you yourself, seeing yourself in a different way. Or it also might have to do with a parent. Venus in your 4th house, a connection there is a bit flu. And don't expect too much. Don't expect too much from relationships, from parents. And I mean, I say that with a smile on my face. I mean, don't expect too much. I mean, don't expect them to be a certain way, because otherwise you're going to get disappointed, right? And try to be as clear towards others as you can, even more than normal. Because there's a tendency that you're going to be a bit misunderstood, or other people don't understand you. Again, nothing to worry about, because this is only a week. But it is important to be true to yourself and to be honest with yourself, and because otherwise you're dealing with disappointment towards yourself, and that is, that is not typical for Pisces. That is for everyone. That is not nice. That energy is not nice. So if you are that last week a bit not knowing what you're all about, it's normal. It's normal. So when it comes to decision making, important decision making, that last week, that last 1.5 week of July, I would wait if you can. I would wait. It's like a bit like a Mercury retrograde there. It's like you're taking action. Just observe. Be the true Piscean, observing and going with the flow, but don't force it too much, and you'll be fine. On that positive note, I wish you all the best, dear Pisceans. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.